Hello everyone. Now let's look at a clinical case. Mr. Zhao often had epigastric pain after a meal, which lasted for 1 to 2 hours and then gradually relieved. After eating the next meal, Mr. Zhao appeared epigastric pain again. Gastric ulcer was diagnosed by gastroscopy. Please think about the following questions. What are the basic tissues on the surface of gastric mucosa? What are the characteristics of this kind of tissue? What are the categories? With these questions, let's start today's study. We know that there are 4 basic tissues in our body. They are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Today, we will learn epithelial tissue, also termed epithelium. We will learn each type of tissues from 4 aspects: composition, characteristics, classification, and functions. The epithelial tissue is composed of cells and extracellular matrix. Following general structural characteristics are involved in epithelium. It has a large amount of cells and a small amount of extracellular matrix. The cells are tightly joined. Spaces between adjacent epithelial cells are very narrow, which is occupied by very small amounts of intracellular substances. Polarity. The cell has an apical, a basal, and a lateral surfaces. Between the epithelium and the underlying connective tissue is an extracellular collagenous layer termed the basement membrane. Nearly no blood vessels in the epithelium. Blood vessels generally do not penetrate into the epithelium, which is nourished by diffusion. Epithelium has abundant nerve endings. Fine nerve endings pierce the basement membrane and run between epithelial cells. Classifications. Epithelial tissue can be divided into covering epithelium, glandular epithelium, sensory epithelium, germinal epithelium, and myoepithelium. Here, we mainly focus on covering epithelium and glandular epithelium. Epithelial tissues show many functions. Protection. The main function of covering epithelium is protection. Epithelium, covering the whole body and lining the cavities, protects against mechanical trauma, bacterial invasion, dryness, etc. Secretion. The main function of glandular epithelium is secretion. Both exocrine and endocrine glands synthesize products and secrete them out of the body or into the blood. Certain cells in covering epithelium may also engage in secretory activity. Absorption. Epithelial cells are more permeable to certain substances in solution. For example, intestinal epithelium absorbs nutrients and distal renal tubule epithelium captures sugar from raw urine. Excretion. Certain cells filter from the blood waste materials that are produced elsewhere. Urine, sweat, and carbon dioxide are examples of such excreted filtrates. Lubrication. Some type of epithelium secrete mucin, which is lubricant. Sensory reception. Cells of sensory epithelium are specialized as transmission intermediaries within the nervous system. 30 cells in the taste buds, the olfactory epithelium, and the cells in the organs of hearing perform this function. Reproduction. Germinal epithelium in the testes is involved in producing germinal cells, which are solely dedicated to species perpetuation. In this chapter, covering epithelium and glandular epithelium are the emphases. We will mainly study these two kinds of epithelial tissues.